is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
I'm the Dread King Logan, and you're watching the Flavor General Josh, the Mouthpiece Danny, and my personal homeboy Cody on Rasslin Rage, r2youtube.com. And if you're not watching, then you're a peasant, and I can destroy you.
Oh! This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Josh,
And we are live.
Yo! Welcome to the 134th episode of Rasslin Rage. I'm the real deal, Heel Dan Beals.
Thank you guys for joining us, whether you're in the live chat or if you're doing the replay later on. If you're watching the replay, you should join us live so you can be down in the live chat with everyone else.
Yep.
If you don't know, I'm Happy Harper, the 24-karat, 5-star flavor general, Josh Harper. And of course, I am sponsored by the one and only 24-karat Lion Productions and all the fantastic wrestlers they have, including Tommy Vendetta.
Boy, that name gets any longer, we're going to have to get you a big old plaque. We're going to be able to put it on your desk.
I'm going for like Daenerys Targaryen. I'm going for Breaker of Chains next.
Oh, boy. And I am the homeboy, also known as the boss, Cody Fleming. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. How do you do that? You go right down there to the bottom of the screen or under the video. It's on the right-hand side. If it's red, click it and make it gray. And then you are subscribed. Then what you want to do is about 1 millimeter to the right of that is a bell. Click the bell. What that bell does... Oh, did you get it? I didn't hear the bell.
Oh.
There it is. Okay. So, yes, you click the bell, and it'll allow you to be notified when all the content comes to the channel. That's interviews, lives, whatever we put up here, you'll be able to see it. You'll be notified when it comes on.
Now, we'd like to thank you to our sponsors, with our sponsors, of course, being BCWA. You can follow them on Facebook at GoBCWA, or you can go to their website at GoBCWA.com. You don't really get more simple than that. I can't wait to get back to BCWA.
Yeah, me neither.
Our other sponsor, of course, is me, Happy Harper. Now, it's a wonderful ice cream company. If you've never tried Happy Harper, I mean, you should. If there's a wrestling show, you can contact me. I can deliver to wrestling shows. If you're in the Port Huron area, I can deliver in Port Huron area. And I mean, right now we've got pumpkin, we've got ice cream, we've got chocolate, we've got Nomads, which is root beer ice cream. We got all kinds of ice cream. So give me a yell and we can see what we can do.
Yeah, I gotta give me some of that Nomad.
Oh yeah.
Do you
All
really?
right, that's well and good, but we have results. We gotta go over there, get it done. And we got Tommy Vendetta of the Death Threat Army.
Oh, is that my phone? I heard it somewhere. I was
That's
like,
you. We got our stuff together.
oh, yeah, all right.
There's
Oh.
sound in the background.
Well, I do have to do something here, and that's it. You'll have to give me a second because.
Well, during our interview with Adam, during the interview that Adam Wick stated that he was, and I quote, going to whoop that ass.
That he did say.
That's a lot
He said that.
to say when you're talking about Tommy Vendetta. And I know Tommy Vendetta asked Cody if there was some time available so that he could talk with him. That's what we got today.
Yeah, well, I made time. You know, there's always time for Tommy Vendetta.
Yep. He's like
But-
Jello, always room for Tommy.
Let me let you guys, well, these guys here know, but I'm working on something. I've been working on it all day. I've been in negotiations and talking to guys, and I had to get a hold of one Johnny Delicious, and I had to get a hold of 4 other guys that are in the War Inc. / Kira Clan. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing some negotiations, and I'm working. I don't think Alex Weir could make it. However,
Whatever for Alex anyway.
right? But I'm working on getting the team for War Inc. for the War Games, minus Alex Weir, for MI Dub on Tuesday. That'll be really, really awesome, don't you think?
So, I mean, you got to turn in. That's Tuesday, 6:30, 6:15. Be here. Be in the chat. Say what's up. Give us a thumbs up. Come see what's up.
Try and beat Josh.
Well,
Don't try to beat Josh.
we're going to go over the results from Pro Wrestling All-Stars of Detroit Fan Appreciation Night when we come back from this great video montage that we have here, and we'll see you then. And then after that, we're going to talk to Tommy Vendetta.
It's time to talk about Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment. Michigan independent wrestling. Tune into the channel, check your internet connection. Cody, Danny, Josh, they're the best at breaking down the matches into each and every segment.
That's weird. It keeps messing up, dude. I don't know what's up. Well, oh well. Live chat. Here we are. Boom, bada bing, and we're back from this wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would mean it's your turn to go, buddy.
All right. Hey, I had to make sure we were all ready to roll. You know, I'm ready. I'm always ready. All right.
Not that time.
On Friday, September 18th, Josh, Cody, Skyjacker, myself, we went to Pro Wrestling All-Stars Fan Appreciation Night at the Play Atlantis.
Yes, we did. And in the pre-show, we saw LJ Lawrence defeat Gio Bronco.
It's good to see LJ back.
That is correct. And he was we were cheering for him, and he was like, "I'm a bad guy," but was he really a bad guy?
No, we don't
You're
care.
only a bad guy if I'm booing you. Everyone I cheer for is a good guy.
Right.
I was going to say, listen, I'm going to cheer for him because he's a bad guy.
Right.
I think that the break that he took, that little bit of a break he took, did that man wonders.
Right.
Because he came back and he's been doing it.
The chat is golden, by the way.
Always. Now, I feel bad because I keep wanting to root for Gio Bronco. Like, they always bring out Gio Bronco first. I'm like, oh, cool. And then they're like, oh, he's facing. I'm like, oh, I'm going to root for this guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they always put against guys we got to root for.
Right.
Like, I'm waiting for them to be like, oh, it's going to be a fatal 3-way. It's Gio Bronco versus Dread King and Shogun. Oh,
Right.
dude, sorry. I got to boo you. Now, the next pre-show match, that's right, because it was a $5 show and it had 2 pre-show matches.
That it
We
did.
got Sean Lawhorn defeated Rick Cartier by countout.
Mm-hmm.
By count out.
Count out.
Now, go ahead.
Those 2 matches were something that you expect on a main card anyway. So for
Late
them to
in the
be
main card,
for them to be the pre-show matches, yeah, I was happy. Absolutely.
Right. Now, this next one that you're going to talk about, Dan, for this being the opening match, talk about some amazing stuff here. Michigan Independent Weekly went live for this match.
This is a main event match.
Yeah, absolutely.
That happened to open the show. Anywhere it's a main event match. All right. The number 1 match, or the first match for the main show, was for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. It's TJ Meyer versus Mitch Hewitt. Now tell me that ain't a main event.
Yeah.
All right. This match, thanks to one Kenny Urban. Listen, I'm a guy who normally likes, cheer for guys like that. But that was bull. All right. That was trash.
Right.
But he interfered in the match. So it was a draw, which TJ and Mitch should never be a draw.
No. I mean, they are a draw, but...
Yeah, there you go, yeah. But thanks to Urban messing the whole thing up. Now it's a triple threat match for next week's show. So I hope they whoop the dog out of him. I decided to team up, beat him down, and then beat on each other.
Right. I'd like to point out, he came out originally and he was talking about all the different crap for people that were not wearing their mask. And he sits down 2 seats away from me. Didn't have his mask on the whole time.
Nope.
That's hypocritical. That's what you get from Ohio people, though.
There you go. See, I knew there was a reason why I didn't like that guy.
Right?
Now, in the second matchup of the night, we had an inter-promotional triple threat match for the Horror Slam Tag Team Championship. As the Bitcoin Boys of Eric Taylor and Mikey Montgomery defeat Daddy's Money of Mikey Manna and Clucky with Jeremiah Goldmain. And the Horror Tag Team Champions bulking season of Arthur MacArthur and Chuck Stone. So the Bitcoin Boys become the new Horror Slam Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, what happened there, Mr. Goldman?
Oh.
Now, hold on. Just because Daddy's Money didn't win the belts doesn't mean that they lost the match. What you got to remember is that they won by gaining experience and a learning experience throughout this match. And really, it was a 2-on-1 match. A 4-on-2 match for most of the match. So they did a really good. That was an absolutely fantastic match.
Well, you know what? That whole thing that you just said, that whole thing, all right, that belongs in the two-holer, all right?
The
Most
who?
people won't know what that is, but when you know, you know.
He say that again, Dan?
It belongs in the two-holer.
Are you a Canadian all of a sudden?
Well, you know what? The people who know.
Oh, boy. Anyways.
Oh, wow. I quote Jeremiah Goldman. This is breaking news. I fired Daddy's Money in the back after.
Oh!
But that's good. Daddy's Money's trash, and they should not be on 24th Street Line Productions.
Hey, Mr. Goldman, well done, sir.
But you know what? Money talks, bullshit walks, dude. We all know this.
That's it.
Daddy's Money's daddy comes along with some more money. And you just, hey, money talks, bullshit walks.
Hey, man, it runs the marathon.
This was my first time getting to see the Bitcoin Boys and seeing bulking season, and both teams were fantastic.
Well, Arthur MacArthur is the strongest man alive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you see when he dropped how heavy that weight was when he dropped it in the middle of the ring? Everybody fell down. It was so heavy.
Hey,
when
Colton.
He dropped it outside of the ring, I felt it.
Hey, yes. Colton, I know you want DTA, but good things come to those that wait.
In match 3, we had Chin Strap Jesus Kyle Burnett with Jeremiah
Barrett
defeated Atlas Hightower with special guest referee Steven Rivera, but he really wasn't a factor in this. This was Chinstrap Jesus defeated Atlas Hightower, and that means that Chinstrap Jesus is now, they said, a #1 contenders match. So he should be the #1 contender.
Can you repeat what you just said, please? Can you repeat what you said? I know. I want you to repeat what you said. I want you to repeat what you said.
About Chinstrap Jesus defeated Atlas Hightower.
Yeah, then you said the special referee Steven Rivera. What?
That didn't really matter. He didn't.
Oh,
really
the low blow didn't matter.
He was completely impartial. He called it down the middle. It was a good match. He was a great referee.
Again, you're full of shit. Full of shit. I loved Jeremiah Goldmain, but that was bullshit, and you know it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever.
In the 4th match of the night, the Grey Wolves, Jimmy and Jarvis Gray, defeated Hot and Beautiful of Percy Drews and Peter B. Beautiful in an ODQ to become the new PWAS Tag Team Champions.
Yes, they did.
This was my favorite match of the entire night.
Yeah, it was a great match, man. It was a great match, and they were off to the races and back to the back, and they were called back out, and Peter B. and Percy Drews shook the hands.
I was waiting for the knockout. I really was. I was waiting for Peter B. to lay one into him, but it didn't happen.
Game recognizes game, man.
Bell to bell.
Right. Now,
Action.
here in another matchup, which was a casket match. So, you know, the Soul Taker's in there. But this wasn't a match that he came up with. This was a match that he was challenged to by Alex Manson. Yeah, who challenges a man in his own game? You don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Nope.
Right? I love AVZ. I love what he's doing. He's got a great character. Great stuff. But to challenge the Soul Taker at his own game. And he even had help. And he still didn't win.
Well, you know what happens when you challenge the Soul Taker to a casket match?
What's that?
You lose.
You get slammed into thumbtacks and then drugged across the ring and thrown into a casket. That's what happens.
Right. Absolutely.
He brought, man, AVZ brought what? He brought
LJ?
No, he brought salt. He did his homework. You know, he did his homework.
Sticks.
Yeah.
Garlic.
Yep, garlic.
What else? I think that's it. I don't know. He had a cross on too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a cross. He did everything he could think of to win this match.
Yeah.
Soul Taker still pulled it out though.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, in the main event, which I mean almost every match of this show was main event worthy. But in the main event, we
had
$5.
$5.
We had the Pro Wrestling All-Stars heavyweight champion of the Dread King Logan.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thomas.
We're not worthy.
Zach Thomas got disqualified, so
We're
the
not
Dread
worthy.
King Logan won the match.
Yep.
Dread King Logan's not cool with that, though.
No, he was mad.
He's never content with technically winning the match. So at the next show, which is this coming Friday, Fan Appreciation Part 2 for only $5. $5 on Tuesdays, but still $5. Dread King Logan is going to be facing Zach Thomas again, and I believe they said it's going to be a no disqualification match.
Yes.
Damn it, Jim.
Now, you know, who does that favor? I mean, really, who does that
Dread
favor?
King Logan. Anytime that bell rings, Dread King Logan.
Now you're learning.
And always.
It's about damn time you learn.
The hard way, he got knocked out and then carried around like a purse.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
That was amazing.
He got knocked out twice because he got picked up and knocked out again.
Zeke said, screw both those guys.
He did. He had the belt in one hand and Zeke's hands in the other.
Oh, that was great. Oh, that was great.
I guess that really depends on what end you're on, though.
Right.
I bet you it wasn't so great for Zeke, but you know what? From where I was sitting, it was all right.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was wonderful. Like you said, from where we're sitting.
Well, What do you guys think?
I've never been picked up like a purse before, so.
Right?
A clutch.
Oh boy. So I
We love you,
think
Zeke.
I
You
think
know
it's
that.
time. What do you think? It's time.
I think if the man is ready, we are.
Right. So you sure we're gonna go to like a little video cut
All right.
screen?
No, hold on. And now, the one, the only, the lovable psycho, Tommy Vendetta.
You jumped the gun again, man. You gotta wait.
I'm excited for this.
You got
Listen, I don't get like Josh all the time. Once in a while.
anyways, when we come back,
Tonight.
we will have Tommy Vendetta, the one and only lovable psychopath, when we come back after this.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
Go that far.
These fuckers are already starting. We are live. We are back. They can see us. I have to get rid of Happy and the please subscribe.
Bye, happy.
Well, because it's kind of like it right there, dude.
If you put it right on top of Danny's face, our views might go up.
That's you make a very good point for
Hey,
sure.
you know what? I'm famous on Podbean.
Are you? You think you
I
are?
got a face for it, bro.
Okay, if you say so. Anyways, hello, Mr. Tommy Vendetta. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Well, we're here doing Rasslin Rage, and we asked you to come on because, well, first of all, you asked me if I had some time,
Yeah.
and I got time, so here we go. First,
Hell yeah.
number two, you've had some pretty exciting matches here the last few weeks here. I mean,
Hellacious matches.
right. 1 minute we don't
Very
even
true.
know if we're going to have independent wrestling in the state, and the next thing you know, you're wrestling everybody and their fucking mother, right? So,
I know, man. It worked out great. For
right. So,
That's Goldmate who wrestles people's mom, by the way.
the last time we had you on the show, or I had you on, I interviewed you, we talked about your upcoming matches with one Dre Jacobs, Jimmy Lloyd you had coming up too.
Sure.
And I think there was another one, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but then, was it last week? It was last week, I think it was. You went against Rhino at Mr.
Yep.
Chainsaw Pro Wrestling.
It
Yes,
freaking
sir.
won!
Right, and you got the W. So, talk about having, I mean, you're what, 2-3 years in your career, somewhere in there?
Yeah, just under 3 years.
Just under 3 years, and you got some big names there that you're wrestling with. Tell us what that like for you, being
dude,
that green, I guess you could say. I mean, you're not green, but whatever, but what's it like for you, dude? How you feeling about it?
It's great, man. It's a very surreal feeling 90% of the time. Like, you don't even think it's real because
Right.
like it's still like all very fresh to me, and I'm still very much so like living my dream. So like going out there and being able to wrestle these guys who like you watched, and like especially like Rhino,
Right.
that's a dude I literally like watched growing up and like would talk about with my friends and be like, yo, this guy Rhino is dope as hell. And then I just got to get in the ring with him. It's a very sweet feeling. It's humbling, honestly.
Yeah, for real. Now, one of the things that came up in conversations, and we've talked about it a few times, we've beat it till you possibly could, was the death match thing, right?
Yeah.
You were, and I think did you get your fill, or are you still kind of itching?
Oh, I mean, I'm still very much so itching.
Oh,
But
Jesus, you're gonna kill me.
I got another one coming up here, October 10th at RPW.
Oh boy, who are you going against?
I don't know yet.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be something though. I'm very excited for it.
Oh.
Are you trying to give me a heart attack, dude?
Did you just say that you have almost like an open challenge death match?
Well, it's not like an open challenge. I just don't know who I'm wrestling yet.
Okay, I was like, that's nuts, dude.
I'm gonna stroke
That
out
doesn't sound
right
like
here,
a bad
dude.
idea though. That would be pretty sweet.
That would be an awesome idea.
I'm still gonna
in a very
stroke
short
out.
amount of time, you went from, I think I want to do, because it wasn't that long ago we had you on here and you're like, I think death matches is something I want to do, to you're just constantly, Facebook's covered with bloody pictures of Tommy Vendetta. I mean, did you have to mentally prepare yourself to do that, or were you just like, nah, I'm just going to go and do it?
No, it was very much so just hey, I'm going to do this today. Like this is a thing that's going to happen. There wasn't a lot of preparation or anything. I watched a lot of matches and stuff beforehand, so I could understand the psychology to it, and I could understand all that. But for the most part, it was just like hey, yeah, I'll do one. Put me with someone, I'll do it.
I go into it, I'm thinking like in the gangster movies, and they're in the middle of Compton and they wake up and they cock their 9 and they holster that sumbitch and they're like, today's a good day to die. Tommy Vendetta wakes up and he's got blood on his mind. Today's a good day to get slit open. That's what I see. Is that kind of what it's like for you?
Pretty much. It's like a gauge the day type thing. I'll wake up and I'll just be like, let's get weird a little bit later.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Wait, now I got to interrupt for just a minute here. All right. Jeremiah Goldman is in the chat. And he just reminded us, and man, you know what? You freaking kicked out of the gore.
How does one kick out of the gore? You don't know?
Normally, if you kick out of a
I think
gore,
it was just mostly instinct.
Twitching.
I don't really remember it. It was I think I was just instinct. Mostly
the tunnel vision.
Even luck.
Tunnel vision kicks in. And you just...
tunnel vision was definitely looking through straws, man.
Right.
This got hit by a bus.
Right.
So there was a lot of hype in that match between you and Dre Jacobs, right? It was an extreme match for the Intense Championship.
Yep.
Holy fuck! First.
Yep.
First, second. Okay. You were, my God, dude. You almost had to be carried. I think you had to be carried out.
In the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't even walk after it.
Dude, Dre Jacobs is no fucking slouch at all. Zero.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
What in your fucking right mind said, oh, let's do it again, but this time, let's put the Dread King in there?
Well,
psychopath.
It's really just a factor of that. I'm just absolutely insane.
Glutton for punishment. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, hey, let's throw everything at me. If I can't take it, I can't take it. I got to know my limits, Right. If I keep getting back, but I did do something that no one else has done to the War Boy.
What's that?
I made him feel pain for the first time.
Yeah, he did admit that.
He did say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a war, gentlemen. It's not we're mere battles are lost in wars all the time, but the war is won over time. I'm chipping him away.
Right.
I'm chipping him away.
So you're
kind of sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah, you're not only playing a physical game, you're playing a mental game as well.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes,
I got that.
Well, if he admitted that you made him for the first time feel pain, then there's a little bit of a real estate that has Tommy Vendetta's name on it. Has to be.
I'm setting up shop. I got a nice studio apartment in there. You know, I'm waiting to expand a little bit. You know, I'm about to go to like maybe a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It'll be great.
So Goldmain in the chat says Dre cheated both times. So, anyways, a little bit. So now we have a thing, I believe, I don't know if it started on the show. I would love to take credit for it, but, you know, I'm not quite sure if we did start it or not, but there's War Games coming. We talked about it a while ago when we did the faction things back during the COVID and wrestling wasn't going on, and we did talked about it. One of the things we talked about was the War Games, because there are, I mean, right now we're going to see DTA versus members of War Inc. / Kira Clan. But
Kira Inc. is what I think they're called now.
Okay. Kira Inc. Okay. So now, is that like shots fired or is that legit?
No, there's so many different names with them now. I don't know who they are.
Okay. All right. So we're going to see this War Games style match at XICW House Party 5.
Yes, sir.
There is so many possibilities that can go down.
I love it.
Now, was it last week? Yeah, it was last week, Wednesday. One Adam fucking Wick was on the show, and he basically called you out specifically. And
he did.
I quote, said he's going to whoop that fucking ass. That's exactly what he said, quote unquote. What exactly are your words for him? And man, did you guys used to be boys?
Oh, it used to be. But somewhere along the lines, it seems like Adam started to believe his own hype. You know what I mean? He started getting his wins. He started getting his trophies and his championships, and it all went to his head. You see, the difference between Adam and guys like Jack Price, guys like Aaron O'Ryan, guys like myself, Isaiah Broner, is we don't let our own hype go to our head. We stay humble. We keep each other humble. That's why Alex and Adam left. They were tired of being humble. They were tired of picking their way. They just wanted to be given opportunities, much like people think we're given opportunities. However, these guys left to go find the opportunities elsewhere and be gifted them. And then Adam just randomly out of nowhere decides he wants to pick a fight with me.
Right.
I'm sitting at home just kind of wondering. I'm baffled. I'm like, who's next? Because everyone seems like they want to fight me.
Right.
I can't help it that I'm beautiful. I can't help it that I'm talented. It's not my fault that everyone wants to fight me. But then Adam goes and he says things like this, and it riles me up. It grinds my gears. You know? And then
you got to make a name for yourself by going after the biggest, baddest person. And if everyone's calling you out, that just proves that in their eyes, you're the biggest, baddest person.
Yeah, this is a very true statement. However, when you call out the biggest and the baddest, you have to be willing to back it up. And when we step into War Games, well, Adam is a formidable opponent. He's great in a wrestling ring. Absolutely amazing. War Games is not wrestling. War Games is a fight.
It's a true story.
And there is nobody in that match that knows about fighting more than I do. And you want to pick me. You picked me out of everyone in that match, and you decided to call me out. And I think he even went so far as to say he was going to murder me.
I'd have to go back, but
to that, I'm going to just say, you truly think you get to decide when I die? That's my job, dude. Like, no one gets to decide when I die. I do. And I'm not ready to go. But I'll tell you this, I'm ready to send someone else off. And it's looking like it's going to be Adam.
Right. Oh, why?
No, I have a little bit to say about that. I had a friend who was he was hardcore Marine. And when he came home, he was so hardcore Marine, he was a Marine recruiter. He'd be home for like 2 or 3 weeks, and he'd recruit the whole time he's here. I remember him telling me he walked into a high school. He had this room full of young men, and he said, "How many of you are willing to die for your country?" The ones that raised their hand, he sent out. He said, "We don't need you to die for your country. We need you to kill for your country." So and he's like, that's the Marine mentality. So I understand what you're saying right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they breed it into us at a very young age.
Right, right. So war games, now we've seen some different styles, we should say, because it all started, didn't war games start with WCW or NWA? Was it
NWA.
Was it NWA? And then it manifested into WCW because it was mostly, I believe it was all Dusty Rhodes' idea anyways. I could be wrong.
The first one was the Four Horsemen against Dusty Rhodes, the Road Warriors, and Paul Ellering, I do believe.
Okay, so we've also seen it in NXT, which is WWE. We've also seen it in Major League Wrestling, MLW. Now, most times I've seen them with cages. This one I do not believe is going to involve a cage yet. Trust me, if we challenge them, I'm sure they will fucking build one. If you build it, they will come.
Just everyone bring a piece and we'll just set it up outside the ring beforehand.
Right. So, Josh, you're responsible for a 40-foot piece of Schedule 40. Dan, you're responsible for 10 foot of cage.
We're tied on the top of the roof.
We're getting the highway. We are now accepting.
We'll make it work, man. We'll make it work.
We're now accepting donations to build the cage for war games. Right?
Hashtag build the cage.
Hashtag build the cage. So
I love it.
Another thing is not another thing, but we're going into this war games. I don't think we've ever seen one. I think this is the first time ever in Michigan, at least on an indie level.
I think so. Yeah.
On an indie level. Now, I mean, we've seen them in like I said, MLW and these other ones, but I don't think we've ever seen them in an independent here. We've seen 2 rings, but I don't think we've seen a war games style done in the state of Michigan. I think this is the first of its kind, and I think this is going to lead to something even bigger and better, personally.
Oh, it always will.
I mean, we've talked about it before. How many damn factions there are in the state of Michigan alone right now.
That's very true.
We could have a stellar war games tournament, dude, and people would die, and there would be blood, and it would be fucking great, and we would all get our rocks off, and it'd be delicious, right? What do you think this is gonna develop into something bigger than what it is right now? I fucking hope it does. I'm ready, dude.
Well, I think it always is. I think like Michigan indie wrestling is always like looking to raise the bar every time we step out there, and especially like in places like XICW, Mr. Chainsaw, places like that. They're always looking to bring in like new talent, bring in, the same talent that people love and bring them all back and just create an environment that's perfect for everyone, from the crowd, the locker room, management, all of it. And I feel like that just in turn creates amazing matches, amazing shows, everything. I think that we're just going to continue to keep elevating the bar.
Absolutely. Well, I think XICW's got 20 years behind its back to fucking do that too.
Yeah, 100%.
Dan, were you trying to say something before I interrupted?
I was gonna say, it would be, we did it on paper, we did the greatest faction, and I would love to see it, a promotion, a couple of promotions, whatever it takes, to actually get it in the ring, and let's see who the greatest faction.
Now, Dre Jacobs is in the chat, and he says this is XI's second War Games. So we were incorrect.
That is true. I do remember the first War Games. It was at Masonic Temple, I want to say.
Okay. Josh, you look like you're chomping at the bit. What do you want?
A little bit above that, Jeremiah Goldman pointed out the fact that There is a fence on the official poster for the War Games, and we know that XICW does have a cage. So, I mean, we might not have to crowdfund a cage. There might be a cage.
But do they have a big enough cage for 2 rings?
The first XI show I saw, it had MM3 versus DBA inside of a cage.
In 1 ring or 2 rings?
1 ring.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Is the cage big enough for 2 rings?
Is it 2 rings? I thought it was 1 ring. 2 rings was last show.
I think this might just be a 1 ring with the cage, and we do War Games like that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well,
Because that's how Masonic Temple was.
let's fucking do it.
So in
More
the chat,
compact.
a lot of people are saying, Aaron. Could we get any hints as to who the 4th person?
No, he ain't gonna give it to us.
Well, I can confirm it's not going to be Aaron. His son's coming home I think 2 or 3 days after that. So
Okay.
he's going to be getting everything ready for Wyatt's big coming back. So it won't be him, unfortunately. But yeah, we've been putting it in our little group chat to everybody, trying to see if anybody can come up from down south.
Wait a minute, you still don't know who it's gonna be?
Not yet. We're still working on it.
Danny has
What?
a DTA shirt. You can put him in there.
What?
I just like to watch.
You
Drake.
Wait a minute, wait a
We
minute.
need the 4th guy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. It's the 20th of September currently.
Mhm.
And the show is on the 4th, correct?
Correct.
So we are about 2 weeks away. 3 weeks, technically.
Just about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. And you don't know who the fuck. You guys are nuts.
Listen,
Now-
Hey, honestly,
Listen.
but if I'm gonna be real, just
All right.
with me, Jack, and Isaiah counts as easily 2.
Hands down. Between you and Isaiah Bronner, that's 3 men.
Yeah, no, that's easily
That's
3. And then
3
you throw
average
Jack
size
in.
men.
Jack's 1.5
Mhm.
because he's dense. So I mean, we basically have the numbers already. They just don't know it.
But I mean, if you got to look at it, because they're on for Kira Clan War Inc., it's going to be MM3, MM3's Ego, Dre Jacobs, the War Boy, Adam Wick's Ego,
Well,
Alex Weir, weaponized Alex Weir, and weaponized Alex Weir's Ego. That's a lot of people
point
on
out
one
the fact
team.
that weaponized Alex Weir ain't so weaponized anymore.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
So
Got a
maybe
bit of
I
a
think we're
drinking
gonna
problem, too.
I think we're gonna get White Claw wasted Weir instead of weaponized Weir. So we'll just go ahead and take 1 off the board. I'll give you MM3 and MM3. So there's 4 with Dre and Malcolm, and then you have Adam Wick. And since Adam Wick and I are starting off, and he's gonna die easily 45 seconds into the match.
White Claw wasted.
there you go.
Weir. That is
Then
hilarious.
It'll be 4 on 3, but then Isaiah counts for 2. 4 on 4. We're good.
White Claw wasted.
have-
Weir.
I
We
have
don't even
to
need
say-
the 4th guy. We don't even need it.
I do have to say though that deep down inside, there is one guy I'm hoping, that since Aaron can't be there, there's one guy that I was kind of hoping would show up that we haven't
who's
seen
that?
in a while. The Washaw.
The Wahash
That's not
farm.
fair. No, that's not fair. Humans have to be.
I
in
can
this.
put
Washaw's not
out
human.
some feelers to him, but my guess is he's busy these days.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
him
super
and,
He's
busy.
very busy these days.
Hey, he's a popular
he's
guy.
that dude's a superstar, man.
Yeah.
Real life. He's
Mhm.
he's out there killing it wherever he goes.
So,
I've
go
been
ahead.
watching a lot of the DTA stuff you guys have been doing on Facebook.
Mhm.
I'm thinking Christopher Saint.
We asked him. He said he has the day. He just needs to make sure that there's nothing else planned on it. With life and everything that happens, just family and everything.
Right.
So it all just really comes down to, it might just be a day of type of thing. And we're going to have to strategize, walk and talk, so to speak.
Danny Beals has a DTA shirt. He keeps
Hey, I'll
throwing that
tell you,
over
if we
me.
don't have a 4th member come War Games, I'm going to tag you in.
Josh trying to get me killed. Hey, you know what? That would be the biggest thing since
Sliced bread.
to ride with the animal. I mean,
Then
that
we
would
can get you an official DTA casket.
Yeah.
yo,
We'll get you.
they
We'll let the
signed
Soul
cast.
Taker carry you around from now on, Dan.
It's probably how it would be.
And we'll all be like, you guys ever seen How High with Method Man and Red Man? And they smoke his friend. Dan, I'll smoke you, dude. I'll smoke you, Dan. Right on, dude. So, one of the other things I wanted to ask before we get up on it here is we're talking 20 fucking years, this show, House Party 5, man. 20 years, and I've been around for 2 to 3 of them, and I've talked about it before. I was absolutely ecstatic to get the invite to the first one.
Yes.
And even more ecstatic to get the 5th one. Funny story, I told that story online. I paid before, I sent him 3 payments and I had to explain it to him. And then hopefully he wasn't going to stab me and all that good stuff. But hey, it's all good. But 20 years of indie wrestling in the state of Michigan by the Monroe Dynasty. And you are part of that history now. What's something like that mean to you?
Honestly, like XI was probably like one of the first like Michigan indie places that got me like on and let me do what I do for them and for the fans. And I'll always be grateful to the Monroes for that. Like
absolutely.
They give, and that's the one thing that I always preach. Like when people ask me where like in Michigan like is a good place to work, I always say XI, because they give you a platform and they just let you go. They're like, hey, like here it is. Go be you, man. Go show these people what you got. There's never like anything selfish involved. No one's ever like backstabbing anybody in the bay. It's a family, like we say that a lot, but it is a family. And like to be a part of that and to be able to like say that I am a part of that history it's just an incredible feeling.
Absolutely, man. And to even just be able to sit down with people like DBA and MM3 and all these guys, outside of all the BS, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're rubbing elbows with some of the best dudes in the business here in the state.
Easily.
It's a spot. Now, legit, when is the hashtag sign Tommy Vendetta movement starting?
Well, shoot, I hope it starts soon.
Ben started.
He's like 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, I mean,
with all these starts, I'll support it.
Right, with these matches you're having, that you've had here recently, and just everybody, your name's on there. They're like everybody's talking about Tommy Vendetta, Tommy Vendetta, Tommy Vendetta. I got a guy that I know down in Florida. I got to wrestle that guy before he gets signed. I got to wrestle that guy. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we got to make that shit happen.
It's a great feeling, like knowing that everyone, like, especially with like you guys and everyone, feels that way. Like it honestly just makes me want to work even harder to like just keep on elevating, because that's the overall goal.
Right? Absolutely. Well, and I've said before, dude, like you're on 13. You know what I mean? And now you're doing some death matches. You're sprinkling a little death matches in there. I don't know, Josh. Would you say that takes him to 15, or is he still on? Is he just at 14 now?
I love the moniker of the lovable psychopath, but when you take the pictures of him with blood dripping down his face and you add that with the lovable psychopath, that takes him to 15 easy.
15? Yeah. So,
hell yeah.
In the last couple months, you went from 13 to 15 here now, guy. So, if anybody on the show or was watching right now don't know what we're referencing, you got to watch Spinal Tap. And when they're talking about, this one's got 11, right? Well, Tommy Vendetta was on 13 for a while, and now he's turned it up to 15. He's got a special one made. So, dude, for real, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
You can stick around for a minute if you want. We're just kind of doing our outro thing, telling people to, hey, fuck off or whatever. But, I mean, we don't really do that, but because we're nice guys. At least I don't. Dan might. Dan might tell him to go.
I say they ain't got to go home, but they can't stay here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Closing time.
Right. Don't forget that we will be live for MIW on Tuesday at 6:30, and it looks like we're going to have a few of the guys that Mr. Vendetta is going to be facing in that what was that called? War Games. There we go. Brain fart, man. That's what happens, man. You gotta stop smoking that shit sometime. But anyway,
sometimes you just gotta power through, though.
Yeah, that's right. Podbean, we got Podbean. There's a link down there. That's where you'll find all the wonderful audio content, so you ain't gotta look at Dan's ugly ass.
Yeah, I was saying where people like me look beautiful, man.
Right. Well, I don't know.
You got a face for radio.
If you're fucking
Is that
beautiful,
what that means? My mom said that to me when I was a kid.
Yeah, if you're beautiful, I'm Cindy Crawford, boy. Let me tell you what. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe down there. There's a red button. If you haven't subscribed, click it, make it gray. Next to that's the bell. That means you get notifications when we go live or when new stuff's available. Again, we already talked about MIW. All the links to follow Rasslin Rage and MIW are down in the description. Yes, Josh, say what you want to say.
We're going to have hats.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have hats. We're going to have MIW hats.
Hurry up, buy the rest of the shirts so we can get new ones of those, too.
Right.
You got to buy enough hats that we can make a profit that all of us can get PlayStation 5s.
Shit. Good luck with that. Anyways.
I don't want one of those, man.
I'll take care of those hats. I'll take two.
Dude, you're so old, you don't even know how to play a PS5. I'm talking to you, Dad.
Well, yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
Hey, my kid was, listen, all right, to my credit, okay? My kid was amazed when I said, oh, if we get one of those, I want the one that's downloadable only. And they were amazed that I knew that there was a difference between the two.
Right. Well, I'm kind of amazed because you're really fucking old.
I like the fact that while talking about technology is when his Wi-Fi messed up.
Right? It's because he's got that Obama shit, dude. I keep telling him. You dude, make some money, get some better internet. Anyways.
That's why they gotta buy the shirts.
Description for all the links, or in the description is where all the links are. You can also find links for Tommy Vendetta's social media. You can find links for XICW, Pro Wrestling All-Stars of Detroit.
Pro Wrestling Tees.
Well, you can find our Pro Wrestling Tees link down there, but I believe his is prowrestlingtees.com/Tommy Vendetta. Am I right?
You can order white t-shirts.
Or you can just go to... What did he say? Are you talking shit?
He is. He's talking shit about my white t-shirts.
Man.
White t-shirts.
Hey, man.
That's racist.
You gotta be neat with them.
Why is the black guy complaining about white t-shirts? That's bullshit.
That's borderline racist.
And I'm not clean. The beard is just a bib. That's it.
Hey, you know what? Maybe next time, Tommy bleeds. He puts some blood on his shirt. Increase the value by 50%.
There you go. Now it's worth 50.
That's why the white shirt. See, it ain't now. It's later.
Right?
Man.
I like it.
It's all it's the grand scheme. Don't win the battles. Win the war.
He didn't pay attention the whole time.
He didn't.
Now you know what I got to deal with all the time.
I get you, man.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Please make sure you subscribe. You head on over and you'd follow and subscribe our man down here. Buy his t-shirts because he's got a bunch of them on prowrestlingtees.com/Tommy Vendetta. No, don't please buy them. Fucking buy them.
Yeah, fucking buy them, you pieces of shit.
Well, no, now you go that far.
No, I'm sorry, guys.
I like it. Buy them.
Please fucking buy them, you pieces of shit.
Wow. Jeez, he just went, see, there's that 15 again. I tell you. Turned right up to 15. All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace.
Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Let's go down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now.